element of caution. You see, it keeps you out of trouble. And I'm not for violence, all this kind of stuff. And I know if there was one of these caring, sharing bureaucrats sitting around, you'd have all kinds of material to write you a thesis with. Not because you're about half crazy, you don't know what you're talking about. You have no practical experience in life. You haven't got the brain God gave a jackrabbit, and you make your living just going around with that kind of stuff. You see, it ain't gonna hurt you. You take in the army, we used to, suck in your gut, hit the guy in the belly, suck in your gut, bop, hit him in the belly. Teach him to suck in his gut. Got bop, hit the guy in the belly. Oh, doctor, I got the cramps. Oh, I'm under stress. Oh. My God, people. I can see you like Brother Mitchell. He had to fight Japanese when he was in. I can see you in a night charge. The Japanese attack all the time at night, and sometime in the rain. I can see when I'm coming through at night, and planting a bayonet right in your middle, and you stop and say, "That's enough, I'm under stress." The country's gone overboard in this thing. And the idea is, why, we wouldn't hurt you because we care for you. And if your mom and daddy whipped you, they don't care for you. That's the kind of business that comes up. That isn't true. That isn't true. Whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receives. You folks sitting here tonight, you're saved, most of you, I'm sure, and thank God for that. But you're gonna hurt. God's gonna put it to you somewhere. Things aren't gonna go just the way you want them. No way in the world. You're no different than the rest of us. Don't think that you are, but you're not. If it isn't persecution, it'll be an unfaithful wife. If it isn't that, it'll be a sick child. If it isn't that, it'll be declaring bankruptcy. If it isn't that, you'll have an unfaithful husband. You're no different than the rest of us. We're all his children, and whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth. And they're all, baby, it'll be a child, a wayward child, break your heart. See? It'll be something. You won't get out of it. Christians try to get around it. You can't get around it. You say, Brother Rod, I'm so depressed tonight, I don't know what to do and this and that. No. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll get some safety matches here and light up some safety matches for you. And the first safety match I light up, I strike, and it says, my God supply your need through the rich and glory by Christ Jesus. And if that doesn't work, I take out another one, I strike it. If it's just all gloom and so dark, you can't see a foot in front of your face, I strike one, and it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengtheneth me. I've seen God provide food and clothing and money out of nowhere. And a wife and children out of nowhere. I've seen the stuff just come and just whoof like that. You say, well, I have trouble with this and trouble with that. Well, let's try another one and strike this thing. All things work together for good to them that love God. Strike this thing. The suffering will not be worthy compared to the glory that should be revealed in us. Strike another one. We're more than conquerors through him that loved us. But you're going to get something. And he's going to correct you. You see what he's drawn up there? I don't know, really. I guess that's the UN there. And that's the devil over here. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, goes about like a roaring lion, seeking whom to devour, whom resist, steadfast in the faith, knowing the same afflictions are accomplished your brethren which are in the world. But I know this, the good shepherd cares for his own. And so you know what he got him right here? He got him the little sheep right here. He's taking the sheep home, He got this sheep saved. This sheep was about to be slaughtered. And he came down and laid down his life for the sheep. And they picked up this little old lamb, and he's carrying this little old lamb here off through the cold. You say, what's the name of that little old lamb? The name of that little old lamb was Peter S. Ruckman. That's the name of that lamb. And he said, I know my own, and am known of mine. And he said, I know my sheep, and I call them by name. There's a shepherd that cares for his own, and he is mine. I know he loves me, I know he cares for me because he supplies my need. Like I said, I've seen this stuff just materialize out of nowhere. Day after day after day. Over there in Venice, out the square in Venice, there's a certain hour out there during the daytime, around 11 o'clock, when every pigeon in Italy shows up in Venice. And there's a woman out there, sitting out there on the street, and she has a couple of baskets full of crumbs. And she sits there for about 30 minutes every day at the same time in the downtown square in Venice and puts out those crumbs. Somebody who cared for pigeons and doves left in their will that there were to be a lira, which is pretty good money in Italy for crumbs, a lira a day spent for crumbs to feed those pigeons with every day. And they all know where that place is. And they come there to get it. And when it comes to the provision, the place of provision, I know who provides the breadcrumbs. You say, who's that? The one that cares for me. He says what? He says, cast all your care upon him. He says, for he cares for you. That's the business. He supplies my need. And when it comes to this caring stuff, how they pretend they're concerned about it when they're not concerned about it. Social promotions. We care about these poor kids at school that can't pass the tests, so we'll just pass them and pretend they can pass them when they can't pass them. We'll pretend they're smart when they're ignorant, and we'll just pass them whether they flunk or not. You call that doing the kid a favor? You know, take pride in yourself. How can you have a pride in yourself when you know you're a flop? I don't mean you ought to have pride in yourself anyway, but if you're going to have pride in yourself, you got to show proof of it. You must have accomplished something. If you went through as a bloodsucking leech the whole way and lived off other people, and they gave you the breaks you didn't deserve, how do you take pride in yourself? How do you take pride in yourself unless you've done something and say, here, there it is, right there, I did it, right there it is, right there, look at it. Whatever it is, maybe it ain't worth much, but I did it without help. Of course, Christian, God's help, we understand that. But more or less humanistic stuff is satanic. It doesn't develop people who have any self-respect, respect for anybody else. I mean, care packages sent overseas to help all these folks out. I've seen those care packages. I've seen those care packages sitting down there in the docks, and I've gone by those things out at the docks and seen those written, and on the side of those care packages says CA. It don't mean care. The care is already on the package. It says CA, and there's a big circle around it. And then care packages going to Nicaragua and Honduras. I've seen the things on them. And Venezuela and Brazil, CA on them. I wonder what that could mean. Could any of you guess who gets those supplies? It's written to CA, whoever gets it. And if you ain't a CA, you don't get any of it. It's food, and clothing, and medicine, care packages. Only CA gets them. I wonder what CA could mean. Oh, I don't want to be prejudiced. I just better have to tell you. I'll let you guess, okay? That's the caring bunch. That's the caring and sharing bunch. Here's a wolf over here. I don't know what this wolf represents. I guess that's the CIA or the CFR or some bureaucratic outfit. Come and destroy the flock. Maybe it's a false cult. Maybe it's a false teacher. But there's a shepherd that cares for his own, and he is mine. Finally, I want to say this. I know somebody who's my friend, and there can be no doubt about it. I've got absolute proof he's my friend, and I've got proof nobody could deny, and that proof is the fact he died for me. If somebody loves you enough to die for you, don't say they don't love you. Don't say they don't mean business. If they've loved enough to die for you, then you've got a sure enough friend. Greater love with no man than this, than he laid down his life for his friends. I am the good shepherd, and I lay down my life for the sheep. That's the business. He died for me. Back there in 1481, there was a fellow named Arnold von